Hey!
Live
From Byhalia, Mississippi.
in the rain.
In the rain. It is raining a little bit. And man, we got a big studio audience tonight. I wonder why.
When you tell them you're throwing down Barbacoa, they kind of come out the woodwork. Plus, it's Memphis and May pregame.
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
This is the place to be. Everybody, can everybody hear me? Let's get see some chat. See if anybody can hear me. I got Greg out there.
Greg with 2 G's?
Greg with 2 G's. Yes, Greg said he could hear me. So I'm going to set my mic right up here. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. Take your mayonnaise out of the sink tomorrow and put it back in the refrigerator.
Man, I'm glad you said that. I saw that earlier, and I just grazed over it, and I was like, man, that's as bad as that Kanye Mountain Dew thing I can't figure out. What in the world's that deal? What's the deal there?
That's Diddy.
Who?
Diddy.
He did it.
Diddy, dog, Diddy do.
I didn't get that.
I'm too dumb to get it.
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
See, I thought it was Kanye. I didn't even know it was Diddy.
So,
that's why I didn't get it.
That would throw off the whole deal right there.
That's how much I watch.
Yeah.
Like, rappers and whatnot.
Yeah, I don't watch Yo MTV Raps.
No.
Is that still a thing?
I don't know. Well, I never even heard of such.
Like back in the 90s, they had Yo MTV Raps.
I ain't saying I never listened to rap.
Yeah, that was when they played music on MTV.
But it used to, I ain't listened to rap in so long, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
It was like, it was all nasty rap back then.
Yeah, it was.
They wasn't talking about popping caps and folks. It was talking about popping other stuff.
Yeah. God, you got me red all of a sudden. All right, John Schultz, good evening, good evening.
You even know which one of the songs?
I know which song. Unfortunately. You had to hide that tape from your mama up in the top
Yes, you did. Right next to the Two Live Crew one.
That's the one I was talking about.
Was that song? Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it. You had that Two Live Crew tape hid in your sock drawer. You did it, Brandon. I know you did.
Pop it in your Walkman.
Yeah, you're right.
You didn't have to hide it.
I didn't have to.
Yeah. What is that? Oh, man. All right. Marcio says, what's cooking? Good looking.
Lamb rib barbacoa, Marcio.
Lamb rib barbacoa. Get after it. We got some homemade Mark Lambert tortillas.
Flour tortillas.
And
Artisan.
Some kind of tasty. We call them artisan or rustic.
Craft.
Because they're not shaped all round like. They're kind of
skewed a
little bit. So they're rustic, artisan, homemade. They look good.
But this lamb ribs were brought to us by Nick Wolfote. They were left over from an event he did, and he couldn't give them away. So I'm like, well, you can sure give them away right here.
Wow.
So he dropped in these lamb ribs, and they're like little 4 or 5 bone spare ribs. And, man, we just put a little bit of Lucky 7 Santa Maria seasoning on them.
Yep.
And put them in the new Legend smoker over there. Smoked them for 2 hours maybe. And got some good color on them. And then put them in this here Magna Light roaster with some beef stock, onion, a little Saison.
Can't go wrong.
And just let them get happy and tender just sitting on top of the firebox of that cooker. And now we just pulled the bones and chopping this meat up, getting ready for some tacos.
Yeah. We're going to have the Nakia White on tonight. Chris Barber. What's up, fellas? What's up with you, Big Barber?
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy in the house. Man, we got a crew here tonight.
We do.
Man, you competed a little bit over the weekend.
We did. We had that little rib cook-off at the 10th inning.
Yeah.
Had a respectable 5th place finish.
5th place finish.
Oh, Kendall laid there, walked away with $6,000.
$6,000. Big time. Perfect score on those ribs.
Perfect score. I mean, it's pretty darn awesome.
Yeah. Oh, Kendall, man, he's a heck of a cook.
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, hadn't competed in a while. I probably practiced a lot at home, but hadn't competed in a while. I know one time it was probably a year since I seen him on the stake circuit. He came out here and walked. Hadn't seen him in you know, a good 8 to 10 months.
Mhm.
And here he comes out here walking.
He started cooking when he was like 14 or something.
Yeah, his mom said he was cooking with different teams.
Yep.
When he was like 13 or 14.
He was.
All I see is Mamaw's Magnolite pot. Mark Lambert show him that ring of the lid.
It ain't Mamaw no more.
It ain't Mamaw's no more.
What this looks like inside here, y'all?
That's good. You gotta flip that over. You see that? Y'all see that right there?
Yeah.
That's some kind of good. We fix to make some good tacos out of it too, boys.
That's looking good.
Man, yeah. Fixing to get on here.
I ain't gonna promise there ain't no pieces of bone in here. I'm gonna promise I got 99.5% of them.
Yeah.
And if there's a little tiny piece, just it'd be pretty soft if it's in there. I just found 2 pieces. There. Another one right there.
Man, I'm getting on old school. I'm sharing this real. Hold on, just
Cow's head. They
yeah.
roast a cow's head, wrapped, and they put a hole in the ground. They build a fire. They wrap it up, put wire around it, and lower it down in there and let it roast. But if you go further down around Mexico City, there was more of an Aztec influence, and they made barbacoa from lamb.
Yeah.
And so, since Nick was nice enough to bring us this lamb rib, I figured we'd get to share a little bit of different flavor of barbacoa with everybody.
Let me tell you what just happened. So I wrote lamb barbacoa in our show description.
Yeah.
When it shared on Facebook, Facebook translated it to barbecue.
Yep. It thinks it's smarter than you are.
Well, it probably is. Little does it know, it is.
Just to let them know, huh?
Yeah, just to let them know. I'll call old Mark Zuckerberg and tell him. So, man, that smells good. All right, and then our EP made some homemade guac, and it's real.
What, this right here?
Yeah, that right there.
EP, you got to come throw down you ain't got to give all the exact proportions, but tell them what's in this.
Hey, and old stale cracker might say put it on a cracker. You can put that on tortilla chips.
Put that on a tortilla, dude.
Fresh white bread says.
I make it the same.
That's money.
Make it the same about every time I do it, which is the avocados, of course. I dice 1 jalapeno pepper, half an onion, some cilantro, a little bit of Texas beef seasoning,
Ah.
and just a little tiny bit of cumin in there.
How many avocados is that? Maybe 4?
That's 5,
5,
but they were
okay.
small today,
Okay.
so yep.
But that's pretty as simple as it gets, right?
Yep. But
That's all you need.
authentic flavor. Yep.
Oh, it's legit.
I just got back from
Avocados
Mexico,
from
and that's about like what we had
Mhm.
down there.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's real good. All right. Hey, y'all come up with our. We also have Brandon O'Gwen here. He is. What's your official title? Like director of judging. Chair of judging. So we have him here. So y'all have some. If you're coming to Memphis in May as a competitor, you have some questions. Not only about judging, but you probably know a little bit about logistics and.
I know a little bit about everything, just enough to be dangerous.
All right, that's dangerous. All right, so John Schultz says I made my barbacoa with chuck roast.
Yeah, you can make
so
it.
freaking awesome.
You can make it with about anything. You can make it with brisket. You can make it with cabeza. You can make it with.
Well, how you slow cook it.
Like it with down in Lake Charles.
In Lake Charles, we made it with chuck roll.
Yep.
We had a chuck roll, is it a chuck roll or was it a shoulder clod? I think it was a chuck roll.
Yeah.
So you can make what the Mexicans call a diez meal, but traditionally made with the head, unless you're in like Mexico City, and then it's made with whole lamb.
Yeah. Well, I competed a little bit this weekend too. I went over to Selmer, Tennessee, with the good folks of Danny Montgomery and Christy and Rodney Jones and Big D's Barbecue. They put on the McNairy County Barbecue Festival, and I'm gonna tell you, we had a good time. It was a good day. I think they just announced they raised like $15,000 for St. Jude Hospital. So
That's killer.
thanks to all the cooks and everything, man. We had a good time. As some people say, I was right out of the top 10. I had 14 and 14 out of 56 steaks over there. So lucky enough to have number 14 in that crowd. Then my ribs, they didn't like sweet heat, I guess, because I cooked Mark's recipe. They didn't do so well.
I've got to tell you, SCA hates my ribs.
Yeah, you didn't mention that. He didn't mention that to me till Sunday. I said, man, I didn't do so good with them ribs. He said, oh, SCA hates them ribs. I said, got you, buddy. Thanks. But yeah, so we had a good time over there in McNairy County at Selmer, Tennessee, home of Buford Pusser.
Walking tall. And they gave out these cool little, as awards. They gave out these cool little walking tall axe handles. So it was pretty cool. And if you don't know who new Buford Pusser is, then he is the original badass.
Yeah. A friend of mine down in Grenada, he owns Buford Pusser's pontoon boat.
Get down.
Yeah. Showed us. It had it on the side. He had his name on the side of it. So. All right. What are we going to do? We need to talk to Brandon. We need to talk to Brandon. Where he is.
We need to talk to Brandon. While y'all are talking, I'm going to roll out some.
Okay.
And then once we get them, we'll cook them off, and then we'll show them how to whoop them up.
Well, Brandon O'Gwen, come on in. And we got some people watching that's going to be at Memphis in May next week. And I say, tell us where we're going to be, all that kind of good stuff. And
Well, we're out of Tom Lee Park this year. Hoping to be back next year. That's the word that we've heard so far. As with any other construction project, let's hope that all goes on schedule and we're back down there.
Yep.
This year we are at Tiger Lane, which is right next to the Liberty Bowl, right in the middle of the city. So it's fairly easy to get in and out of.
Yep.
Talked to several people that went to the music fest last weekend, and there was plenty of parking available on site or near there, so it was pretty easy getting in and out from everything I heard. So that all looks good so far. We won't have quite the usual cast of characters and all the good stuff that you walk into.
Darn!
Coming off of Beale Street to go to the festival, but
saying you can leave your 38 at home.
Whoa! This is Memphis, man.
I ain't condoning none of that.
I'm not condoning anything. Anybody to leave anything anywhere.
If you think the only heat I'm bringing is charcoal, you got another
I will tell you this: they say you cannot bring them into the park, though.
No.
So, all that being said, I think we're going to have a good time. I think the festival grounds are going to be nice. I don't think we're going to have near the effect that we do from rain and mud.
It is.
No. Which that's already shown because tomorrow we're starting early loading.
That's right.
A lot of years when you're in Tom Lee Park, if it does what it does tonight, you're not getting loaded in tomorrow.
Negative.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign. Getting people on in there and let's get it going.
Now we've cooked down there one time before, but we didn't have as much planning ahead of time.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
That was 2011 when the river rose and we kind of got thrown into Tiger Lane real quick.
Yeah, they actually had the music festival and then moved everything out of Tonley Park within a couple of days, and we're set up at Tiger Lane. So that's pretty impressive.
And I really liked it then. And they didn't have. I mean, it wasn't too many hitches then. So with a whole year of planning being in there, I would say that it's going to be pretty smooth.
Hey, look.
Uber wasn't a thing in 2001.
No, there's a lot of things that are going to make it better. But as with any large-scale outdoor event, there's going to be challenges. There's going to be things that you're going to have to deal with. We hope being on concrete and not having to deal with a lot of the stuff that we had to deal with in the park in the past, most of that stuff will be minimized, but you never know.
Yeah. Well, we hope so, and I hope it runs pretty smooth. I think let's look at the forecast.
Not as much mud or dust.
But I think there's a chance of rain for Wednesday, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal.
Yeah, I think it is actually supposed to be warmer next week. So
like high 90, 91.
Yeah, we're gonna turn the heat on. It's time for barbecue.
Yeah. I mean, if you hadn't sweated at Memphis in May, you hadn't lived, right?
Yeah, you hadn't worked either. You hadn't done that. I think everybody sweats down there.
I think so. Last year we had very calm.
The weather was great last year. I don't think we had really too many complaints, and this year looks like it's going to hold out to be pretty good. I mean, if you can't handle a little sweat, I don't know what you're doing.
The high of 90 on Wednesday with an 81% chance of rain, and then 92 on Thursday, 90 on Friday. Looks like 89 degrees on Saturday, competition day. So looks like we're in pretty good shape.
Hey, we can't beat that, man.
Nope. Let me see.
So, do you have any idea on they said we're loading in at like early Maxwell and Central.
Yeah.
Seemed like last time we gave us like a couple different places to drive in. Is that, you remember?
I think the reason they're doing what they're doing this year is because they want to treat early Maxwell kind of like Riverside Drive, essentially.
Okay.
So one major thoroughfare that runs through the park. That way for load in, everything will run north to south, just like it. Just like it always does.
Runs all the way through.
And it runs straight through from central to southern.
Right.
So they're thinking for load in and load out purposes, that should be easier. There is rumor that for load out, they may open some extra entrances, but that's pending approval. And that's more of a transpo question.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that they'll get that approved to make it a little bit quicker on everybody. But
Speaking of Memphis in May, Mark, did you ever hear back about Cook's Church?
No, I didn't. I need to check with them.
Okay.
We wanted to try to do Cook's Church if we could do it somewhere around the stage up there without offending anybody.
I don't think that would probably be an issue.
I didn't think so.
I'll put you in contact with who we need to talk to.
Yep.
on this.
I probably wouldn't barking up the right tree.
Well, there's only so many trees to bark up over
Yeah.
there, something like that. And we've done similar things in the past. So
Okay.
I don't believe that'd be too big of an issue.
Cool.
Cool deal. So is this going to be too old school? Mark Krigler says, is it too old school to have a tortilla press?
You don't use the tortilla press for flour tortillas, Krigler.
I guess he told you.
How about them apples?
Did you hear that answer?
You use a tortilla press for corn tortillas.
Yeah.
Now, at least that's what I have seen.
Yeah.
Every what's that? What's that called? Abuelo?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Abuela. That's right. Abuela that I've ever seen. They roll them out with a hand roller. But if you try to press this out, it'll just stick all to one side. It's too sticky.
You got to have a good amount of flour on it.
And as you can tell, I'm new at it, and so it looks more like naan or something like that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, they taste good. It don't matter how they look. I'm good with it.
Yeah, these are artisan, rustic.
Yeah.
They even got little bits of that the crispy from the beef tallow in there.
Got some good flavor.
Yeah, they do.
So they're starting to load in tomorrow. Early load in tomorrow. Yeah, they're bubbling up.
They're probably past
Early
due.
load in tomorrow,
Ooh, they're getting
and
there.
then everything gets kicked off. What, Wednesday?
Wednesday is the day that we do cooks meetings. You have to be checked in by Wednesday afternoon, I believe, is the last day to have someone from your team show up and sign your life away to get your dumpster and all your fun stuff there.
Okay.
And then we'll have cooks meetings that day. That's the day that you can turn in your T-shirt for the T-shirt contest.
I got you.
That's when we need to get those in.
And if you just to let you know, if you didn't happen to get down to Sweet Swine of Mine to pick up your bottle of second place vinegar sauce straight out the bottle, then you will receive one in your team packet.
Yeah. Oh, everybody's getting one.
Everybody's
getting one.
Everybody's
Good
getting one.
deal.
Well, there you go.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Along with some head country and some other whatnots.
Well, I knew there was going to be some giveaways this year, but you never know what it's going to be.
I didn't know. That second place vinegar sauce is going to be in your team packet.
It is.
It's good stuff.
That's good. It's good stuff. Put some on my ribs the other day. Is this? Oh yeah, I read that already. So you got Wednesday, Thursday is usually
Thursday is sauce day.
sauce day.
Yeah, so we do sauces, and then we do wings, and turkey smoke is that day as
Is
well.
that day?
It's on Thursday.
That's on Thursday.
And then it's also live old school with Mark and Ashley down at Tiger Lane. So we'll be live down there
That's
Thursday
cool.
night.
And I think, is Thursday Piggy Idol or is it Sauce Wrestling?
Thursday is Piggy Idol.
Thursday's
and
Piggy Idol. It's back this year. Sauce Wrestling's back this year. If you've never seen that, take 5 minutes and go laugh. Have a good time.
Yeah.
It's something to see.
Yeah. My old team, Southport, we had the three-time women's champion on there.
Now, did Piggy Idol used to be called Showmanship, or is it still, or was it what was it? There was something else.
Is that the lip sync
I
contest?
think they
where
used to call it
dance
the
and
Miss
stuff?
Piggy. Or
Miss
something.
Piggy, that's
Miss
right.
Piggy.
So yeah, they call it
The Miss
Piggy
Piggy.
Idol now, but it's Miss Piggy. We took a year off from that last year, dealing with the pandemic stuff. I don't know why they didn't do it. But
Yeah.
there was a lot of regulations that we had to deal with the health department to even have the festival. So
Yeah.
good news is all that is gone.
Yeah.
We're back to full force.
And there's bands on the main stage.
Yeah, we got Tone Low
Get down,
and
Funky
The
Cold.
Spin Doctors.
the Spin Doctors are playing Friday
Yeah.
night,
Get
and
Little
then
Kiss on Thursday.
we've got a like Mini Kiss and then Little Ozzy.
Mini Kiss was so awesome.
Oh,
last
yeah.
time.
It's Little Ozzy.
Little Ozzy.
Little Ozzy and Mini Kiss. So it'll be
I don't think Mini Kiss is there. It's Little Ozzy and that tribute for whatever the name is. That's a
okay. So,
Mini Kiss rocked it out.
but Little Ozzy's going to be there for sure, and that dude is he's good to check out too. So yeah, we got some more entertainment back on the stage.
Yeah.
Um,
I had to check out Tone Loc. That was like my first.
Nothing like.
That was like my first tape I ever had, or something.
Yikes.
that's the one your mom would let you have, right?
Yeah, that's right. Well, no, that was my first CD, but I did have it in tape also, so I could run it in my mom's car.
There you go. There you go. That's back when you used to have multiples. You know, you had to have one.
You
play
had
in
to
the
have
car,
multiples because
one
you listen
play
to
at
the
the
CD at the house, and you didn't want to scratch your CD when you put it in that thing, in your car that bumped,
Mhm.
on
Yep.
the mouth.
Yep.
So yeah, we had a good time. But yeah, Tone Loc and Spin Doctors. That ought to be pretty good for us '90s.
Oh yeah, man,
us
they really
kids,
knocked it out of the park on the '90s stuff. this year.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So let's see. So this year, the difference is doing ribs first, right?
Yeah, ribs is going to be up first this year.
And is it 9:45 to 10 or when?
You would ask me that, right? It's 10:45
10:45 to 11.
Oh wow, it's even backed up. Okay.
Well, no, that's our standard turn-in time.
10:45 with shoulders before.
With
Yeah.
shoulder before you
Okay.
already know that, sir.
Man, me? Look who you talking to?
Yeah, he's got many a squirrel ring trying to figure out that time.
But yeah, so ribs are up first this year. I think that's going to help us out a little bit because it is our statistically largest category every year.
That's right.
Man, I think we might actually eventually get another rib grand champion.
Man, we were dang close last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Second overall in the finals last year was James Cruz and Bluff City.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Golly. And it was tight last year too. So there's there's no telling it may be a rib year. It's like they always say when it's hot at a barbecue contest. Oh, that's rib whip.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
we had a rib grand champion at the South Haven Spring Fest, so
Hot that day too.
and it was
Sure did.
pretty warm. So
So judges around this area love ribs, man. And
that's right.
a lot of our judges do come from the Memphis area.
Give them the chance to eat a perfect rib. I think
Yeah.
they might do it
I'm telling you.
instead of being, a couple hours late.
Yeah.
By the time things get off a little, and then you hit the biggest dang category.
Yep.
I mean, it sucks. So
Yeah.
Yep.
And
this will be nice.
So, Team Garnish. I'm trying to read comments over here. John Schultz says, doing my first rib competition next weekend. Any tips for me?
Well,
Don't overcook them.
Are you doing it at Memphis in May?
If your first rib
Come
contest,
on out.
come on out. Bring your 10 by 10 and we'll have a good time.
Hey, listen, there is a couple of teams that I did have two guys tell me at the Cooks meeting that we had beginning of April that it was their first ever contest.
good Lord,
And
according.
I was like, man, y'all decided to come out of the gate big, didn't you?
Don't get hooked like that, son.
But if it works like it does in steak, who knows? Those dudes may be on the stage.
Yeah.
You never know.
I don't think it works like that.
Yeah, it's a little
Usually,
bit. Trying to be encouraging, man.
And they have. Are they in the patio division?
No, they were in the regular rib division.
Really?
Yeah.
Good. Great.
Well,
We've only got 15
God love 'em.
patio teams this
Really?
year, actually. Yeah, our patio count was down.
Yeah.
I don't know specifically why, but we
Hmm.
I don't think we're gonna keep patio going forward.
I figure.
didn't have as many, I guess. This
How
year.
many teams total? Do you know that right off?
212 is the exact number.
212.
212. We have about 105 ribs. I think
53 shoulder,
53 shoulder, and
39 hog.
39 hogs. So
Was
that's
that
the
up
exact
from last year? Just a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. We're trending back towards the
Full blown.
full blown, yeah. Of course, there's still space restrictions and things with Tiger Lane that we have to deal with.
Yeah.
Not like last year where we had to increase all the booths by 50%. Everything for the health department regulations had to be
Yeah.
half again as bigger, so we couldn't get as many. But now we're getting back to our full-fledged contest. I think this year we actually have more ancillary entries than we have had even in full-blown years.
Yeah.
So a lot of the teams that are there, they're participating in everything.
Well, really, teams are big enough that
yeah.
if you put somebody in charge of, put somebody in charge of this, put somebody in charge of this, and the main guy's not sitting there doing everything,
Yeah.
then it can work. Usually, how it works on barbecue teams, that there's 3 or 4 guys that cook, and everybody else is there drinking.
Yeah,
So-
and that's still that way too. A lot of Memphis and May, but there is a lot more people who are there to, really compete, and they want to see who's got the best poultry entry or
Seafood.
seafood
yeah.
or wings, and of course, everybody likes to play around with the exotic category because you get to do
Yeah.
pretty much whatever craziness you can come
I
up
mean,
with.
those exotic cream cheese stuffed jalapenos. It's about an exotic.
It happens, right?
It does.
It does happen.
Somebody said, "Oh, we got to do kangaroo or something." I went, "Man, usually like shrimp or salmon wins."
Yeah.
They go, "What?"
We've seen it all though over the years. I've seen, bison. I'm seeing piranha with the teeth on it.
Piranha.
Yeah,
With the teeth on
with
it?
the teeth on it. It
Good
was.
Lord and quarter.
I've never had a judge raise their hand so fast. Like, hey, can you come over here? And I go, yeah. What? And they go, what's that? And I go, well, that looks like a piranha. They were like, I said, well, are you comfortable eating it? They were like, well, I guess we have to, right? I said, so that's probably not your 10 for the day, right?
Yeah.
But they ate it, and surprisingly, they said it was really good. So
If
Yeah,
you
no.
can pull off piranha.
if you can pull off piranha, I've seen rattlesnake.
Yeah.
I've seen
A lot of armadillos you'll see between here and there because I've been seeing a lot of them lately.
Yeah, please don't enter roadkill. We don't like need to inspect your ancillary entries, but
It's
we're
frowned
highly
upon.
advised that roadkill is frowned upon.
It's
That's
frowned
all I'll
upon.
say,
It's
yeah.
not illegal. It's frowned upon. It's my first. It's not my first. Just my first this year. 2 years ago was my first. Finished fifth. Missed by 0.5 of a point. Just wanted a good tip from you guys being your champions.
What is it? A KCBS or NBN or
John, tell me a little bit about what
backyard?
kind of contest. Is it backyard? Is it?
It's all that matters.
John David Williford said, "Who's sipping Kentucky coffee with me in MIM?"
Well, I'm gonna have to have one.
John David said, Mark's going to drink with you at least one.
He's got this rolling medicine cabinet that he carries around, and he'll pour you up some special poultice to cure what ails you.
Yeah?
He's tried to cure me several times.
Oh yeah, he'll do
like the Indian elixir from Andy Griffith.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when he shows up.
Hey!
Let's
there we
have
go.
that removed.
Mark Lambert's throwing knives.
All right. Bob and weave.
Didn't know you have knife throwing there.
No, we didn't. That's not in the category down there.
Yeah, that's right.
We don't have that.
We're gonna change that knife out because I might have a buck hair on it now.
It's a good possibility. So, Mark, while we're standing here, tell them what you did to these jalapenos.
Man, we smoked them lamb ribs over on that new Legend smoker, and then while we were doing it, we just stuck them right there in front of the firebox where the firebox comes in the cooking chamber.
Yeah.
And just let them roast right there and cook the meat down and kind of blistered that skin. And I'm just pulling the skin off.
And Buck is sideways licking the top of the garbage can.
And I just kind of split it a little and open it up to where I can pull in seeds and vein out. And not because it's hot, really, but just we just want the meaty part of it, really. But when you kind of cut that, you can peel that skin off real easy. Once they come off the smoker, we throw them in a little Ziploc. You saw we just took them out of there.
Yeah.
And
let them steam up.
Yeah, just let them steam so you can peel. Yeah, just to peel that right off like that. But that's it. It's just an accoutrement that we're going to do right alongside the raw onions and cilantro.
And also, make sure to stay hydrated down there at Memphis and May.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about beer. You got to drink some water in between those things.
Yeah, slip one in every once in a while. But hey, on a good note, they will have an IV station.
That's what
there.
I was getting to. There is an IV station.
They were very friendly and said they would be open fairly early in the day to help you cure what ails you. As y'all said.
Yeah.
I think they may even come to your booth if you call them. So
yeah. I think John David Wheeler got like 4 or 5 of them things last year.
Hey man, when you run around in that park as much as you do, and with us this year being on asphalt, you do need to hydrate, man. We don't want to have to come, scoop you up.
Don't want to have to resuscitate you.
Yeah, no, not we don't need none of that. No, definitely not.
I will have to say you better wear yourself some good pair of tennis shoes for sure on this asphalt all week.
Yeah,
it's gonna be rough on the feet and legs and knees and all that. So if you don't have a good pair of tennis shoes,
go buy one.
Go get some.
So do you know much about the shuttle that's running?
I know they're going to have one from a couple of locations downtown. I know they were talking about doing a Team Express shuttle also from downtown because they feel that that's where a lot of the people are going to stay. So it's a lot easier to shuttle people into the park.
Gotcha.
Is there one from out east? Like
I don't believe one from out east anywhere. Of course, there's other ways that you can get there. There is public transportation in Memphis if you want to catch the Mattabus or something that does run right down Central Avenue. Of course, like I said, there's Uber and Lyft and all that good stuff. They're going to have a drop-off location for them there. They're also, if you are really close, like if you got an Airbnb or something, they got a bicycle parking thing. So if you want to ride your bike over there, you can park it in a secure area.
That's what I'm going to do for Olive Branch.
That'll help you, man.
We got an Airbnb over there off of York.
Yeah. So like I said, for the teams that are staying fairly close, that won't be too bad, stuff like that. But the shuttles will be running. I don't know what time they're going to start or stop. I think some of that's going to be based upon usage. Because they're not going to want to keep sending empty shuttles back and forth.
Back and forth.
I know they did send an email out to all the teams, and they were trying to get kind of a consensus together to try to put a schedule together for it. So there should be some more info about that coming out soon, I think, if it's not already there. They're going to, as always, there's some last-minute communication that comes out from Memphis in May that goes to the teams if there's anything that changes or, needs to be addressed.
I got you. All right.
So all the categories, since not everybody understands Memphis in May, a lot of people don't know that you only can cook one category.
That is it.
One pork category.
One pork category. You can cook as many ancillaries as you want. Only one per team, though.
Yeah.
And the ancillaries are?
Like I said, you've got all the sauces. So you got tomato, mustard, and vinegar sauce. Then you've got hot wings, and then you've got turkey smoke, which we actually provide the turkey for you. And this year, one thing that's new is they're providing a whole turkey.
Wow.
And you can do anything you want with that turkey, as long as you turn in the turkey that we give you.
I think the rule book says you have to provide light and dark meat.
They say light and dark meat, but that's what we've heard. I still haven't seen an official ruling on it. But obviously, the thing is to use as much of the product as we provide you,
turkey, yeah.
and put that in the box. And we do encourage you to get creative, so you don't just have to roast the turkey and slice it up and put it in the box. Although that does work, and several of those guys that did that last year scored really well.
Yeah.
But I definitely wouldn't put a dry bird in the box. I'll say that.
Don't put Christmas Vacation bird in the box.
No, exactly. You don't want to poke and pop it, right? Yeah. And
Still
then
dry.
so that's everything for turkey. And then Friday we've got let's see, beef, poultry, seafood, and exotic. Are the 4 on Friday. Then we'll do ancillary awards Friday night, and that will be for Thursday and Friday. So there's no awards Thursday. So whatever you cook Thursday, you got to wait till Friday night to see how you did.
Okay.
And then of course Saturday we move on to the big categories. That's whole hog, whole shoulder, and rib.
Yeah.
And then patio porkers, they cook ribs as well.
Okay. Do they just do ribs?
They just do ribs.
Okay.
That's it.
And they only do a final round if they only do an on-site presentation.
Correct.
If they make finals.
It's set up kind of the way your current MBN contests run, where you do blind preliminary and then an on-site finals where you get all 4 judges at once. Okay. Versus what you do for the big pork categories, where you got to do 3 on-site presentations to your judges, one at a time, in addition to turning in a blind box.
Okay. Well, any final just word of advice or anything, tip or Brandon's things to do for Memphis in May?
I'd say for Memphis in May, the most important thing you got to remember is be on time for everything. Kind of figure out how long your walk is. It's going to be different than it used to be, not being, out at Tom Lee Park. So, just pay attention to the time of everything.
Pace it before.
Yeah, and account for the small things. I think the biggest thing I tell everybody is we all know you've been practicing, so just do what you practice. Like if you've been cooking the same cook, don't come to the Tom Lee Park or Tiger Lane this year and try to change something.
Yeah.
In the park, don't.
Yeah.
That's a recipe for disaster for most cooks on a good day. That's definitely not the place to do it. So stick to what you've been practicing, turn in and see how it shakes out.
What about gate hours? And I know 24-hour wristbands is 24-hour wristband, but about gate hours for public?
I think on Wednesday the park opens up. I want to say about 3 or 4. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Don't quote me on that. This is all in the team manual too. So, and it's on Memphis in May's website. So if you need to access any of that quick info, they'll have that. Also, if you're there in the park and you have any questions about times or anything that happens, you can call the swine line You'll get that number as soon as you get into the park or at the Cooks meeting. Both. We'll make sure you have that number. And that way, if there's anything that goes on, if you need, the smallest things, if you need ice or anything, you can call the swine line and they'll get it done faster than trying to chase somebody down.
So if you have a 24-hour wristband, which is not the same as necessarily a wristband, there's a 3-day wristband and then there's a 24-hour team wristband.
They've got all kinds of different wristbands. Yeah. But the 24-hour team wristband, you're allowed in the park
Whenever,
unless we're under an evacuation for weather or anything too crazy.
but don't go to the gate before gate hours with a regular wristband and expect to get in.
Yeah, no, you will get turned away. They do monitor that stuff.
Yep.
And there's nothing that we can do about it because you're issued a certain number of wristbands per team. I think all the pro teams get 15 24-hour wristbands. I think
You can get 2 extra with the big hog
yeah, and then
package.
you get 2 extra with the big hog package.
Wednesday is 3 to 10.
So
3 to 10.
Wednesday's 3 to 10. That's
Thursday is 11 to 11.
11 to 11 Thursday.
Same thing for Friday.
Friday, and then
Saturday is 10 to 9.
So 11, it's usually 12.
yeah, I think some of it has to do with the
That's
venue
probably for our
change.
sake.
Yeah.
I think it's more of just that it being surrounded by residential neighborhoods in certain areas. There, they have to kind of kick everybody out of the park. It's only an hour earlier.
But that's when everybody's starting to get all twanged up.
Well, yeah. If you've ever watched them run people out of the park,
Oh, yeah.
So funny.
the sweeping of the park is always entertaining. So if you have a 24-hour wristband, you're lucky enough to watch that. Just sit back and laugh.
Yeah,
Oh, that's my favorite part.
There's some people watching is always great at Memphis and Mayo.
Yeah.
That's
When
for
you just
sure.
stand in your booth and just lean over the wall and watch people walk down the river, that's a great.
Yeah.
you get to watch that Night of the Walking Dead where they kind of flop this way and flop that way and flop that way
That's
and just stop and hurl over somebody's fence.
Yeah, that's right.
that's the nightly park. That's the nightly park sweep. Unfortunately, there's never a dull moment.
Brandon,
Yeah.
I want to add something to it. I used to work one of the gates back when it was on Conley Park.
Mhm.
24-hour wristbands are the only ones that can bring food and drink in.
Good point.
Yeah, that is true. 24-hour wristbands or someone with a team load-in pass is the only way that you can bring anything other
Food
than
and drink
other
later.
than yourself into the park. Pretty
That's
much.
right.
There's obviously a list of if you're just a patron of prohibited items you're not allowed to bring in. But being on a team, like I said, you get a little leeway for bringing things in. But they do enforce all that stuff, and if you're rude to them, they'll give you a ride downtown.
God, I don't want to go there. I don't want
No,
to go.
look, this is one of those weekends that be sure to remind everybody in your booth is having too much fun. You don't want to end up downtown because the judge ain't there till Monday.
201 Poplar is not an address I want to visit.
No, you don't want to visit that. So comply with all of the orders that our security and law enforcement personnel here in the city of Memphis give you. If you're nice to them, they'll be nice to you. And that's just a good rule of thumb.
How not to get your butt kicked by the police.
Yeah, some people unfortunately don't know that lesson, and they learn hard every year, and that's why we have so many police officers out there. So when you're on site, you should feel fairly safe.
And if you don't know how to do that, Chris Rock got a real good YouTube video that explains everything you should not do.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there's plenty of things that you should know not to do.
Not to do. That's right. Public service announcement.
Yeah.
Old school, Mark Nash.
That's what we're here for.
That's right. That's right. Well, you got anything else?
You want to try a taco?
Well, of course I want to try.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't
We'll
drive
stick-
all the way down here on Cinco.
Stick around. We're gonna have some tacos here in just a bit.
So y'all saw us sitting there rolling out tortillas while this was all going on. I'm going to show you how to mix them up and do everything up until that point here in just a minute. Once
Okay.
we'll make one of these, and then everybody else you can start passing them out, and then while you're passing them out, I'll explain the quick tortilla recipe because we're getting real close to Popsicle 30.
Man, yeah.
And there's a lot to go down.
And I'm kind of hungry.
There's a lot to go down before Popsicle 30.
That's right. So these, let's move that bottom out of the way. They're in the way of your rustic tortillas.
So if you don't believe that these are homemade, look at that ugly tortilla.
Yeah. You can't buy
That looks
something.
like Nan.
You can't buy something in the store that looks like that.
No. That is a homemade tortilla. And we'll give you the rest. Like homemade soap.
Yeah, that's right.
So we're going to get the barbacoa. We talked real quickly about how to make this lamb barbacoa. We just took the lamb ribs and seasoned them. You can put whatever you want, but we did that Lucky 7 Santa Maria.
Yeah.
Smoked them on the offset, put them in a pan, the roaster pan with a little bit of onion and some Saison
Okay.
and a little bit of beef broth and just let them braise. And then pick the meat off the bone, kind of chop it up. Didn't season it really with anything crazy. We've got some SMP, we got some chipinque, and we've got some rub del norte over here, and we've got some fried peppers.
Yeah.
And we're just going to do this real simple. Barbacoa is supposed to be just meat, onions, cilantro, lime. We added some roasted peppers. We're not going to get too crazy with it. But I was hoping to find the rub del norte. We may have to pick one up off the shelf. And rub del norte is a northern Mexican rub for you gringos like me. That salt, pepper, onion, garlic, oregano, cumin. Real simple, but smells like Mexico.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Chipinque is like tahine, all jacked up tahine, like tahine on steroids. And these are chicharron jalapenos, which are just fried jalapenos, fried and dried. And these are chicharron serranos.
You want tongs for this?
I can use these. Well, we probably ought to have a separate one. You're right. I'll get a set of tongs.
All right. So, our favorite thing to do is make tacos. You can. I like barbecue, but this is fun.
So,
hey. You gonna sit this over here?
I'm going to dust it real quick with just a little of this. You mix that around. Then
Greg said, dang, no cheese. I should have driven over.
No cheese, Greg.
Yeah. All right, so we're
Put that on there.
like that right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You like onion, cilantro, and all that, right?
Oh, yeah. You
Yeah.
gotta do it. You gotta do it right?
Yep. Hey.
That's right.
And we got
I'm a
onions,
taco fanatic, man.
cilantro,
Trust me.
jalapeno,
Oh, yeah. Load it up.
and then the lime. And we got a few chicharron jalapenos. Those are all right. Do you want
Pickled onions?
salsa, pickled onions?
Let's try the pickled onions. Those look good. And we'll throw a little tapatio on it, too.
Man, you got to go all in.
Well, if you're going to do it, you got to do it.
Look
right.
at that,
There's a picture of that.
Yeah.
son.
All right, well, here. Where are we going? There you go.
Look here.
Go
ahead.
All right.
I'll take a picture of mine.
So I got to try this.
Yep.
God, look at that one. They could cut that one in two.
It's a burrito.
That is a burrito.
Mm.
Is it legit?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Tell me about that.
That's good.
Mm.
Mm. It's kind of like going to the dentist right now,
Yeah?
Talk with mouthful.
How about if we turn that in for exotic?
It would do.
Lamb tacos?
Man, that would definitely go for exotic down there. That's phenomenal. A lot of flavor. A lot of people who are worried about it, who eat lamb or try lamb, it's not overly musty or anything doing all that. Braising it really, man, that made a difference.
And those ribs are just, man, they're just jam up good.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey,
So, thanks, Nick Woolfolk, for
Yes.
giving us a
thanks,
great meal tonight.
Yeah, that's really good, man. All of it works real well together too in that tortilla.
Good,
Yeah, it
huh?
was good.
We made these tortillas with beef tallow, y'all.
Big gringo.
Who's going next?
Making time. Who's in line?
Start making them. We'll start handing them out.
Yeah.
Well, I'll start doing the tortillas.
And I'll do the meat.
You can start assembling.
I'm gonna go sit over here.
Give me a yeah, go over and sit down and eat. We'll let you off the hook. Give me that plate and we'll start this.
And we'll talk to you about how to put those over there. We'll talk to y'all about how to make up the dough for the tortillas. And there's some more salsa there. So I'm not gonna lie, I found this on YouTube.
Yeah.
I watched about 5 or 6 different videos, and some people try to make it complicated, some people try to make it simple. And I just sort of watched it until I found one that was simple enough that made sense. And the first batch that I made with AP flour, and that's what they said. But AP flour just tastes like a biscuit,
Yeah.
a flat biscuit. So I bought some bread flour.
Here. Sit all that over there.
It also takes a little baking powder. Check your date on your baking powder. Make sure you've got at least a year left on the date. You want fresh baking powder. If not, I had to go buy some more because the one I had was getting close to expiration date and it wasn't leavening properly. So I went and got some extra baking powder and got bread flour. Now, if you don't know the difference in bread flour and AP flour, it's pretty much the grind. It creates more gluten. It's a real fine grind.
Watch that line.
And we did one other little extra. I'm not a real good recipe follower. So,
Hey, I'm gonna sit all this other stuff out here.
the accoutrement.
That right there. If everybody wants onions and cilantro, just let me know if you don't.
So here's this recipe, y'all. It's pretty simple. It's 2 cups of bread flour. And you can use masa harina, which is just a real fine, you can get the international market. Then it's going to take 1 1/4 teaspoons of salt.
There you go.
And because I'm not a measurer, I'm going to do it just a little like that. Now, on the baking powder, it takes 1/4 teaspoon. So just dip it up and then rake it off on the flat edge of your baking powder. And there's our dry ingredients: flour, salt, baking powder. So get your whisk over here. And we got some Crispies from the previous tortilla escapade.
There you go.
And we're just going to whisk those ingredients together to make sure your baking powder is all incorporated in your flour mixture. And your salt too, for that matter. So once you do that,
Without pickled onions? Yep, I can do that.
we're taking the beef tallow. Now this recipe that I found called for butter. Butter to me, that tastes too much like a biscuit. Yeah. Traditional, I think, tortillas a lot of times, depending on where you are in Mexico, are made with lard. These, I had some beef tallow from when we made beef pastrami.
Yeah.
And
but I bet you there's going to be beef tallow to make these tortillas if they've just cooked with all that beef.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
No doubt. So 1/4 cup. We're starting with our wet ingredients. 1/4 cup of beef tallow or lard. Any type of manteca, lard, tallow works.
Marco manteca.
See? And then we're going to go with a little bit of lukewarm water. And it takes about 2/3 of a cup. Y'all don't pay attention, but there was one buck here. I just saw it.
I didn't see it.
2/3 of a cup of water.
Who else needs? All right.
And then that is our mixture, y'all. So you're going to mix this together until it makes a sticky ball.
Yep. You hear G-Man over there going, sticky balls? Oh,
God.
Like a 12-year-old, 5th grade little boy over there. Sticky balls?
And you're going to need it. And so, since it's sticky,
You need sticky balls?
I like it a sticky dough ball. You're going to need to open this bag of flour back up. And you're going to need to dust it a little on both sides so you can knead it properly. And so,
Oh, I need it.
we're just going to push it down and fold it over, push it down and fold it over. If you don't know what kneading is, it's just creating the gluten, which the more you activate, move it around, the more you activate it.
I like gluten.
See?
All the gluten.
And we're just mashing it down. I'm going to fold it over. And what I mean by that, I'm just going to fold it over on itself. Use the heel of your hand just to kind of push it back down. And then I'm going to keep doing that a little at a time. Not going to change directions. I'm going to elongate it. What I mean by that, it's just going to make like a bun shape. I'm going to keep folding it over a time or two. And I think by this point, I can turn it out. I'm going to use this pan lid because that's what I'm putting them on here. It's already got some flour on it. And
Feel like making tacos.
And I'm just going to kind of stretch it. Now you can roll it out if you want, depending on how big you want it. If you want like a burrito size, just you can divide this by like into 5s. And it'll make like some 10 inch or better.
Yeah. How many we got? Is that everybody covered one time?
And I'm sure there's a way you watch somebody do this that knows what they're doing, and they'll look better and they'll come out better. But I think for just doing it twice,
You did all right.
they turned out all right.
I know they taste good.
Especially me not being the baker type. And all I'm doing is just kind of pressing from the center and working my hands out, rolling it, so I can elongate this dough a little bit, just so I can get a few more. I want about 8 tortillas out of it. I'm just kind of pulling and working out as I roll it. Like I said,
I think I'm going.
I ain't Mexican, but I am Marco Manteca, so.
Marco Manteca,
And
the master of the,
Beto Villarreal would probably be fairly proud of these.
yeah,
The manzana.
the manzana would be very proud. I'm fixing to tell you how they is.
Come on, throw it down on me. And so you see, I just divided. I got 7 here.
I think you're nasty. Nobody you need anymore.
I know why all these people are quiet now.
Take care of it.
He said, ah, ha, ha, ha.
Good job.
And then
Oh
once
my goodness.
I cut them, y'all, I'm just kind of turn them down and just kind of flatten them out a little bit. And you can leave them a ball. I think most of the time they do. But then you're supposed to cover them up for 30 minutes at least,
Let 'em
room
rise
temp,
a little bit.
and let them proof or get happy, whatever Emerald calls it.
Dude, can I make you one of these?
I'm in, yeah. Let's do it.
God, that's good.
What does the crowd think?
Yeah.
Damn good.
I think you should let me throw that stuff away for you. I'll hand it.
I'll bring you pipe back. I mean, them pickled onions are pretty legit too, bro.
Mm.
I think that sets it off too. The pickled onion.
Yep. Them toasted or the roasted jalapenos.
I think that's a nice touch.
That is a very nice touch.
Come on.
You need some tortilla.
Did you lime it yet?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did.
How long did you smoke the lamb for?
We smoked the lamb for about, I think I only smoked it for a neighborhood of 2 hours. And then, of course, it went into the roaster and it probably sitting there for another hour and a half, 2 hours again. Look at that.
I mean, it's pretty sweet.
Get it. We got plenty. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Look, that's real Mexican food right there.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord.
It's very good to me.
Have we had a better taco than that on the show?
I don't know. Gusada's pretty
It's-
solid.
Pretty solid. That right there is legit.
I'm gonna tell you, the homemade tortillas probably throw it over the top for me.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Pickle onions too.
Yeah, and pickle onion.
But
There you go.
the tallow in there really elevates that flavor.
Yeah.
Wow.
Does not play around right there. Before my popsicle, I'm gonna have taco number 2. Somebody said it's popsicle time.
Hey, manzana,
No, it's not.
that's taco de Lambo right there.
Taco de Lambo. I love it.
Taco Lambo.
Taco Lambo.
I love your onion.
But I will take taco one when they
Oh, I will have about. I will have about 3 or 4 of them.
we know what that's about.
Oh, I know what that's about, and I've wanted some more of those ever since last year. Taco Juan is the business.
What do you think, Dane?
I mean,
Yeah.
that's how to do it right there, guys.
Son.
I gotta take a quick picture here. That's
Golly.
That's it right there, man.
Mm.
We could do that anytime. I wouldn't be mad. Them tortillas, you're gonna have to do that again.
They're good, aren't they?
Yeah. I'm telling you. I mean, what if we did every old school taco? Just different tacos.
Tacos,
Packed every Thursday.
los taqueros de lunes.
Those taqueros go on.
Somebody had to bring margaritas.
Oh, yeah. So,
God, those tortillas.
you saw what we did here. We just made balls, the little tortilla balls. Then you saw us roll them out earlier. So after about 30 minutes, you flour your surface good. Get your rolling pin back out. Roll them in as good a circle as you can. As you can tell, we've got oblong, kind of square, kind of round,
I'm gonna tell you.
kind of round. So didn't do too bad. I wasn't worried about the appearance of it. These are kind of rustic tortillas. But we're going to roll those out. Here's the key, y'all. You have to have a screeching hot griddle for this. You can use a super hot skillet or a griddle, but make sure it is super, super, super hot when you throw it on.
Yeah.
You're going to see it start to bubble, and you're going to want to see bubbles come up all across it. Then you flip it over, and you should see more bubbles, and you should really start to see it separate and rise and get air in the middle of it. And then once it gets these little bits and pieces of, little brown pieces, it can be little black pieces. Like this time it was really, really, really hot. But you're going to start to get some of these little brown pieces on it. That's all you're after. You just want those little brown pieces to know that it's cooked through.
Dude.
Once it's cooked through, take them off, keep them warm, and man, enjoy. I think this is the perfect
This is
accompaniment to it.
legit taco right here.
This is legit.
Legit taco.
Well, we learn from the best. We're looking forward to see our Mexican brothers and sisters
That's right.
Monday, Tuesday.
When are they coming in?
Some of them Monday, some Tuesday, and a few more on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. We cooking anything for them?
We don't have any plans to yet. I'm not sure exactly how many. I think they're all kind of coming in. They haven't given me all the schedules, and they're kind of sporadic, I think.
Okay.
But I'll
Not like last year.
I'll know more hopefully tomorrow. and I'm trying to get their schedules and see what's going on. But
Yeah.
they have to come here. Their stuff is stored here. So if you guys don't know who we're talking about, it's Sociedad Mexicano Parrilleros, or the SMP group that got second in shoulder last year.
That's right.
Along with a couple of the guys from the Pit Maker, George Shore, Victor, and Julio.
Yeah.
They're going to be here as well. So if you're hungry, you ease by the Mexican booth.
Yeah.
Remember, they'll usually feed you.
Ask them for a taco Juan.
Yep. Taco One.
And that cup of Mexican street corn was my
It was so good. That sea bass threw that down just right.
Yeah, I can't wait. See
Well,
my friend Seabass, man.
We're 5 minutes past Popsicle 30.
Well, and Gary brought me the box. So, thank you, my brother.
But hey, guys, if you got questions, yeah. Huh? Oh.
Oh. Cinco.
Jenny says you got to wear the hat. You got to have the real sombrero.
That's it. I like it.
Yeah. Especially when you do the Taco Lambo.
Taco Lambo. We gotta talk about. There's an upcoming video that you got coming out. The rib Lambo.
The Lambo style ribs.
The Lambo style ribs, and that's God, they look good.
We're gonna show you how to throw it down country style. Not country style ribs, but a country style back rib.
Yeah,
Lambo style.
a good way to eat.
Check out Facebook, and you'll see when it hits YouTube and all.
Yep.
And we'll show you how to throw down ribs Lambo style.
That's right.
So
also, anything Mark Lambert hashtag barbecue know-how.
you can look it up that way.
Find any of his social media, just hashtag barbecue know-how, and you'll find Mark Lambert himself throwing it down. And man, let's pray.
Let's pray over this this group of folks and this awesome food.
Awesome meal, yeah. Our gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, we just thank you for this time together. We thank you for the people here and the people that watch at home. Lord, may their houses be blessed and the families blessed that live in it. Lord, just thank you for this time, this fellowship, this food, and thank you for our many blessings. And just forgive us where we fail you, because I know we do. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Love God and love people. And, man, this time next week we'll be in Tiger Lane. It'll be fun, brother.
Yeah.
All right. Love
Y'all
you,
come
man.
out.
Y'all come see us down there at Tiger Lane. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Love God and love people. We'll see y'all next time.
Thank y'all for watching.
Bye.